Okay, adding and subtracting fractions. So let's look at the first one here. If I've got 1/5, add 3/5. Question is then, what would that become? Okay, when we add those two fractions together. Now sometimes it helps to see this visually. Okay, so if you look at the block here, think of this as like a rectangular cake. Okay, and I've cut it up into 5 equal pieces. Okay, 5 parts. And think of it when you take a slice of cake, ultimately you're taking a fraction of that cake, yeah? Okay, so perhaps to start with, I see this whole cake and it's been cut up into 5 pieces, and I take 1/5 of it, okay? Right, so I eat that, okay? And I realize it's a really, really nice cake. So 5 minutes later, I go back, and because I enjoyed it so much, next time I'm going to eat 3/5 of the cake, okay? So I'm going to be really greedy, and I'm going to take 3 slices, yeah? So I take 3 slices, okay? Well, take that slice, that slice, that slice. Now think about, now, okay, I've consumed this, I've like put those fractions of cakes together, haven't I? Okay, in my stomach. Okay, I've eaten all of that amount of cake. So think now, what fraction of cake have I actually eaten? So when you look at this diagram here, okay, you can see that I've actually eaten 4 slices out of a total of 5. So the answer here will be 4/5. Okay, that's the fraction of cake that I've actually eaten. Okay, so when it comes to adding fractions, where the bottom numbers are the same, you quite simply add the top numbers. That's all you've got to do. Keep the 5 on the bottom as it is. Okay, so don't add the bottoms, keep it as a 5. Okay, you just add the top numbers here. So 1/5 add 3/5 is 4/5. Okay, and it's best sort of demonstrated visually here, so you can see we've eaten 4/5. We don't change the bottom number. Okay, so still 5 at the bottom there once you've added them, because the bottom number tells us about the size of the fraction. So we're dealing with fifths here. Okay, and when you combine them, I've taken 4/5 of that cake. Okay, it's a similar approach when it comes to subtraction. So suppose I've got 9/10, take away 3/10. Okay, so here's my cake now. It's split up into 10 pieces, yeah? So if I eat sort of, or if I take, shall I say, 9 pieces, right? I mean, really greedy. I put 9 pieces onto my plate. Okay, well, I'd have to shade in there 9 of them, wouldn't I? Okay, so all of them apart from 1. Okay. But then I decide maybe I've been a little bit too greedy, okay, and there are other people at the party, so perhaps I need to put some back, okay, but I'm not going to put all of them back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take away 3/10 from my plate and put them back. So perhaps I'll highlight the slices I'm going to put back there. So think then, if I put them back onto the sort of table, how many pieces of cake have I got left to eat myself, and what fraction have I eaten? Well, if you shade in, I'll just do it on a second diagram so it's clearer. You can see there that I've got 6 pieces now on my plate, and that's where I'm going to eat. Those 3 pieces I put back, didn't I? Okay, so the fraction of the cake that I've eaten is, if you think about it, is 6/10. Okay, so when you look at this here, you just take away the top numbers. Okay, so 9 take away 3 is 6. Leave the bottom numbers as it is, because that's telling you the fraction size. So 9/10 take away 3/10 is 6/10.